Hi guys. So just wanted to have a moment of transparency today. Today marks a year that I got married to my best friend. He was my best friend for 6 years. We spent lots and lots of time together, lots of time on the phone talking, and just things that best friends do. 92 days after we got married, I looked into an annulment. For a couple months after that, I tried. Christmas came around, New Year's came around. We didn't spend that time together. Things just went left really, really fast. And so after battling some of my own insecurities related to having to go through another divorce, because it would be my second divorce, really was a tough pill to swallow for me. Anyone who values marriage the way that I do probably would feel the same way. And I had to become comfortable with my own truths and not worry about what people's perception of me would be, because ultimately what people think of me or you is none of our business. So once I was able to overcome all of that, I did what I knew I needed to do for me, and I went ahead and filed for divorce after a couple months of not knowing where my husband actually was staying. And I won't get into all of the details of things, but that's where it was. And so a lot of people, the first thing to say is, I'm sorry that happened to you, and make it a really sad occasion. And although divorce does suck, and although relationships that don't end up great or working out, it sucks, I don't look at it as a sad thing, because at the end of the day, what's sad is staying in a relationship that is really, really broken, or staying in a abusive relationship or marriage. And that's something that many people do. That's something that I did for a long, long time, a couple of times. And when you grow from that and you start to really love yourself, because you really can't love someone else until you really love yourself. You have to really be comfortable within yourself. You have to really know who you are, because you can only love someone else to the degree in which you love yourself, and that's just the bottom line. And a lot of people just don't understand that. But when you get to that point, you really don't just settle. You don't deal with a lot of foolishness. And every relationship, takes a lot of work. Any relationship, and especially marriage, and if you don't love yourself enough, you really just can't love someone else. If you can't put yourself first, you can't put anybody else first. And in a marriage, you really have to put that other person first. There's going to be many times that you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do, but you need to do it in order to make that person happy, to make your spouse happy. And some people don't understand that. And that's okay. They just have some growing to do within themselves, because marriage takes compromise. It's a lot of give and take. It's not 50-50, it's 100-100. Because there's absolutely going to be times where you can't do anything, and your spouse has to be able to pick it all up for you. So it really is two people in a partnership and moving forward. And only people that can do that is people who really love themselves and know exactly who they are, and they can work together to grow together. So divorce is not sad. It's not comfortable. It's uneasy. It sucks. But it definitely isn't sad. I'm not sad that I moved on from a very uncomfortable marriage. I'm not sad that I continue to show my daughters what a real man is supposed to do and what a bad relationship looks like, and what you should do when you're in those kinds of situations, because me staying in a bad marriage would not have been a good example for my daughters. So don't ever feel like moving forward is a sad thing, because it's not a sad thing. Move forward and love yourself, and sometimes the person that you're with needs you to move forward because they need to move forward and they might be stuck, and so giving that to them is also a good thing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and just have a moment of transparency, just so that you all know that divorce is not a sad thing, and neither is breaking from a relationship that is just broken. Love yourself, and respect yourself. Give yourself the utmost respect, because if you don't, no one else will. And the more you deal with foolishness, the more you're going to get foolishness. And that's it. So, talk to you later.